If y'all knew what I was going through just to do these recordings this week here, I don't know what's going on this week, but this week has been one of my roughest weeks trying to get my videos out to you guys. It ain't got nothing to do with internet speed. It ain't got nothing to do with none of this shit. It's people, namely family members, who making this shit kind of hard. Now, my oldest son walk in here, he see me record. That means she's busy for at least another hour. Why you gonna come back and say, and have a little neighbor next door come knock on the door for me? Then I'm trying to do it again. Phone ringing. My youngest son then gave my number out to certain people he don't want to give his number to for them to contact him, and they are blowing it up. Now you try not to answer the shit cause you're in the middle of doing you. You trying to be great. And they continue. You know what? I hate that. I hate when a person call me and I don't answer and they hang up and call back. Bitch, do you think that I'm stupid? I see the damn phone. Unless I tell you that I'm having phone issues, and if you can't reach me, text me or something like that or call back, don't fucking do that shit. That's just rude. It's like you trying to force a person to have a conversation that they don't want to have. I don't like that. Then my daughter wants to call, my oldest daughter. She get attitude because I got an attitude. But if you just talked to me 20 minutes before I started this and I said I'm about to record, what you calling me for? You are off today. Get in your car and come through. Stop harassing me. But then when y'all see how I'm calm, right? I could be going. Normally I'd be going in, but I ain't even feel like doing it. Probably because my friend Cannabis done been in my life, and I'm good. But my thing is, if you don't want me nutting up, then don't interrupt my creativity process because I take this shit serious. I know they don't. They don't take it serious to the 22nd. I take it serious all year, all month long. This is my pleasure, bitch. Let me have it. Now, before I begin Fuck Shit Friday, my weekly topic reviews and stuff like that, my thoughts on shit going on in the world of politics and entertainment and every now and again sports. Every now and again. My thing is this. Let me be great. That's all you gotta do. Let me be great. Earlier this week, I brought two campaigns to you all. One for a 7-year-old Matea, who is going through, today is, I think, her first or second day of chemotherapy treatment for her vocal papilloma. And I explained that her family has been, put under fire financially, and they really need the support of us, the public, to help out. And because Nico love the kids, I'm sharing this information in hopes that someone will find it in their heart and their wallet to bless this family abundantly. I also spoke of Goldmouth 100, one of our own YouTubers here who is experiencing a cancer scare. Well, it ain't no scare. She got some form of stomach cancer and she needs some assistance with her medical, her mounting medical supplies. Even if, one thing for certain, even if you got insurance, you still have to pay co-pays, and them things can run you, depending on what you're getting done. And she needed help, and so I spoke on that situation as well. I appreciate each and every one of my love things that done hit this family up, either donating or just sending them a private message. I truly, truly appreciate it, and I ask that if you haven't done it and it's within your capabilities, please reach out to these people because you know not the date or the hour that this could be you or one of your family members. And if you can help, help. If you can't help financially, please keep these people uplifted in your prayers. I'll link both campaigns down in my description box for you all. Now, I stated last week on Fuck Shit Friday, I had gotten so many requests that, for things to talk about, that some of it would possibly go into a shit talking Saturday. Well, last week was a very busy weekend for me, so I didn't get a chance to do the shit talking Saturday. So I told you guys on Monday I would talk about it this week, and so here I am, as promised, to answer those questions or weigh my opinion in on the subjects that you guys gave me that I didn't get to. One of them was a person that reached out to me telling me that they have a cousin who recently went to jail. Now, the cousin was set up by the cousin's brother. However, the father stepped in and provided bail money for this person, and I'm assuming they may take care of the lawyer fees associated with this case. Okay. The question that the person wanted me to answer was, should the cousin pay the father back, and do I think that it would cause a rift in the relationship between the father and son? My thing is this right here. It depends on the type of person that the father is. If he's a person that's real, particular about his money, he don't like his money going to certain things, or if he's one of them people that if I help you out, you got to give me back my money, and that's the type of person they really are, then of course if he don't pay him back, it's gonna be a problem. But even if he ain't the type to ask for the money back, I personally feel like the cousin should try to make all efforts to pay him back, because you grown. You got into whatever it is that you got into on your own. You didn't ask your daddy's input when you was doing whatever it is that you were doing. So now that you done got caught up, I feel like it's your responsibility as an adult to pay that man back his money. Even if he don't ask for it, you should pay him back. And yeah, that could cause a problem in that family dynamic, because daddy could be feeling some kind of way that you don't even make the effort. Even if he don't want to accept the money, the fact that you walk to him and try to give it to him anyway, that speaks volumes about your character and your level of growth in accepting responsibility for what you did as an adult. So that's my opinion. I think he should pay it back, and I think that if he don't pay it back, it could possibly cause a problem. The next one was about a family member who has made it, you know, has vocally stated that they are contemplating suicide, and what should the family do? Honestly, the cry, to me, that's a cry for help. If a person tell you that they are contemplating suicide, they not on the edge yet. They might think they on the edge, but they're not on the edge, because one thing I know for certain from being in my little psych classes that I had to take when I was in school, because I did go, and what I've learned through mere experience as a counselor dealing with, the youth and battered women. If a person is intending on actually ending their life, they don't usually give you no warning. So if they give you a warning, that means that they can be talked away from the ledge, but they not on it. I think what the family should do is gather around that person in love and support, talk to that person, and possibly get this person some, not possibly, most definitely get this person some counseling, because clearly something's going on that makes them feel like they want to end their life here on earth. So I would say definitely get them together, get your family members together, or you try to talk to your family member, show them the love and the support that they obviously looking for, and definitely get them some type of psychiatric treatment, because it may be something deeper that that person is not willing to share, that they'll share with a counselor who's trained to know how to get that kind of information out of you. That's my opinion. The next story that we're going to talk about is Bill O'Reilly. He was on Fox News this week, and they played a clip of Maxine Waters making a speech about how she feels that the current administration is not patriotic, and how that this basically is the worst one. Well, when asked by the chair people or the anchor people for this Fox program, I think it was Hannity or some shit like that. But anyway, when he was asked about it, Instead of him speaking on the subject at hand, which is what's your opinion on what she's saying, he chose to hit below the belt, as we see is commonplace in the 45 administration and his supporters. When they can't say something back to what you're saying, if they don't have a sensible comeback to whatever topic y'all are on, they tend to either dismiss it as alternative facts, or they hit below the belt attacking someone for, in her case, her aesthetics. Now, we don't know how much hair under Miss Maxine wig. Wigs have become the in thing. They always have really been an in thing, but they become an in thing, especially for natural hair people who like to protect their hair. Because your hair go through a lot when you're natural and you're not putting these chemicals and things on there. And so a lot of people protect their growth by wearing a wig. You don't know if that's even a wig on her head. And even if it is, at the end of the day, to say that you couldn't even pay attention to what she's saying because the wig that was laying up on her head reminded you of a James Brown wig was real disrespectful. That was real disrespectful. And it showed your ignorant side. But Maxine Waters is not faded by somebody like you. You ain't the first piece of shit that came her way. You probably won't be the last. But here's the thing. Miss Waters is at the end of her career. You know, she round about, was she in her 60s, 70s? She at the end. She done already came and she done already conquered. So at this point, it's a free for all with her. You bring it, she'll give it back to you. But see, it says a lot about her character that she wouldn't even allow herself to stoop to your level to resort to calling you back some names. And trust, just looking at you, 100 of them come to my mind that I could say. But sometimes, see, when you elevate it to a certain level, you just can't drop down to deal with, foolishness. I always tell y'all, no person of royalty is going to step down to deal with fools and court jesters. I also tell y'all that if you give a clown a stage, he will perform. And that's all the fuck he did. Because he could not one time during that interview was he able to make a sensible comeback to what she was saying. He had no reply to that. All you could come up with is that you were taken aback by her weed, so much so that you couldn't pay attention to what she was saying. Bill O'Reilly is just as stupid. He just as stupid and just as racist. That racist attitude gonna end a lot of y'all up fucked up. Y'all gonna let Donald Trump get up here in this White House and cause a lot of y'all careers to go south. Some of y'all gonna be victims of, verbal assassinations by people like Angela Rye. And some of y'all just gonna get y'all ass whooped because we're not living in the early 30s, 40s, and 60s anymore. Black people have a voice. We're not dumb, uneducated slave niggas. And we're not gonna let you just mistreat us. We're not gonna let you just say what you wanna say. Rather we read you back to the ground, like what's inside of our heritage and inside of our culture embedded in us that we can do this so easily, or we're gonna get you all the way together on your terms, what you like to consider to be your stomping grounds, which is intellect and facts. That was disrespectful, and I appreciated the fact that she refused to step down out of her chariot to throw tomatoes with this prune face scum. Mm, mm, mm. Child, whatever. She told him she a strong black woman. She ain't gonna be intimidated and she ain't going nowhere. Hashtag black woman at work. You better come through, Maxine. You better come through. Next story, we're gonna keep it moving, is I read on the Shade Room that Chris Brown is trying to duck and dodge process servers because he don't want to be served and be forced to have to go to court. We all know that his ex-girlfriend, Karucha Train, put on a temporary restraining order against Chris, stating that he was threatening to hurt her, right? Well, in order for that temporary restraining order to become permanent, Chris has to actually appear in court, which means he has to be subpoenaed to show up. The process server can't catch up with him. Even with the help of law enforcement, they not able to catch this man. Now, trained lawyers say most high profile. I want to say it exactly how she told it. She said most that lawyer said usually high profile people accept service by way of their lawyers. However, Chris is not allowing this, so he has to be able to be served formally. And despite the efforts of law enforcement and court officials, they have not yet been able to serve him. And as a result of this delay, the hearing has been delayed until April the 19th. He's stalling. I don't know why he's stalling. My thing is this: if you truly over this woman, let it go. You wouldn't have no problem walking in that courthouse and getting that permanent restraining order. I mean, temporary restraining order turned to permanent. You might. Here's the thing: you can go in there and put a restraining order on her, although she's not messing with you. But I know you petty. So since you like doing petty shit, you can go in there and do the same thing she doing against you, even though she ain't thinking about you. To hold on only proving that you got an issue, Chris, and people tired of it. You know that shit was tolerable when you was younger, but you getting older now, and that shit ain't cute no more. It's starting to look really, really bad that you act the way that you act. I don't understand it. It seems like that's a prime example of money don't buy happiness. Chris Brown can buy whatever the fuck he want right now. He could buy me, you, and three other people probably. Just that's how much money he got. But instead of him investing in his life, being happy, seeking treatment, because I don't care what none of y'all stands for him say, he on drugs. Instead of y'all helping him by encouraging him to do the right thing, y'all think y'all helping him by ignoring it and trying to blame everything on whoever comes for this boy. But clearly, this young man is trouble. And I think that he took his mama through so much she don't give a fuck. It kills me how people like what you bring to the table, and which in his case is his talent, but they don't love you enough to tell you the truth. You feel like you being disloyal to Chris when you tell him, boy, you doing too much. I feel like those are the best fans to have. If my star ever go out there for in life, if you really love me, you'll love me by telling me the truth. Don't lie to me. If you see me around here doing some crazy shit, get me together. A person that care about you don't want to see you do bad. People that's just here for you and what you bring to the table in that moment that they watching you, they'll let you do whatever. Or people that secretly hate you, because I done told y'all everybody sitting on the front row ain't a fan. Okay? So we just gonna pray for them. Now the next story, I was down the IG minding my business, checking out Famous posts and shade room, and I seen some shit. Now, someone had tweeted Major Girl, aka Tina Harris, T.I.'s wife, and said to her, "The girl, you better than me. Ain't nowhere here this woman be walking around liking my husband posts and around my husband, and he's still my husband." Well, for reasons unknown, Tina got in her feelings and decided that she wanted to reply. And her reply was simply, she can't lose sleep over what some pass around bitches doing. When she said that, you know the birds they flocked in. They just flew to that damn post, and a lot of them was pro. It was equal. Some was on Tiny's side, some was on T.I.'s side. Then a lady appears on the post and says, "I know Bernice Burgos personally. She always been a homewrecker. In fact, she convinced my ex-boss to leave his wife and two children. And now they ain't even together. So what she need to do as she's nearing the age of 40 is stop wrecking people's homes and get her some new dance moves, because she too old for it, and the dance moves are always the same that she do in her video." That's what the girl said. Now why she say that? Throw motherfucking Bernice up in her fields. Bernice decides to come on to Instagram and tell us First in writing, later on in video. So she did 3 responses that were totally fucking unnecessary. But here's the gist of it. She's not a home wrecker because A, that home was already wrecked before she got there. So basically she admitting she fucking with T.I. When she realized she went too damn far with it, she gonna try to pull it back and say they just friends. She said she ain't never been no pass around woman, please. She said she's only had one relationship with one dude in the industry. She is far from a ho, and she damn sure ain't around here trying to get up on these celebs. It is what it is. Girl, we all know pretty much T.I. messing around with this girl. Why you would sit your ass up there and say what you said, I don't know. Just because you tweet don't mean, and delete don't mean it's gone. You know somebody didn't capture that, and it's because you seeing it's popping up on different posts. So what you basically did was give Tiny ammo. And I'm glad you did, because she deserved it. You gave her ammo when she go into court to get even more of that nigga money. And I say, Tiny, get it. He has humiliated you enough. We have watched this girl be humiliated time and time again by this man's infidelities, and he's even said that he has children outside of their relationship. How long will you continue to let a person just disrespect you? You got daughters that are now turning into grown ass women. One of them just celebrated their 21st birthday. You are the example that she would follow. That's the one thing I don't think parents get, is that we responsible a lot of times for how our children, live their lives going forward in the future. We are the first example that they see on how a man's supposed to treat you. Well, that comes with the father. That ain't good either. But we're the first examples for our girls on how to be real women. We teach them to be classy, to remain grateful, to know when to shut this and when to open this. Betty Rice said, "Be a cook in the lady. I mean, could be a cook in the kitchen, a lady in the street. You can't show your teeth to every guy you meet. It's all right to be a little bit sweet, but be a mama in the kitchen and you know what in the sheets. Okay, y'all, we are the people that teach these girls." Now I understand nowadays the daughter is coming along. She by 25, her mama by 42, and her mama by 60. So it's a things have changed. But the one thing I've always wanted to show my children, and I hoped that Tiny was showing them hers, was you love self first. You ain't never supposed to love a man more than you love yourself. You ain't supposed to never let a man disrespect you, but you don't disrespect him either. I give her a pass on that Floyd Mayweather stuff because he had done so much to her at that point. Maybe she did lash out and go get a little dick from the money team. Well, shit, at least she ain't fucked down. She fucked up. He got more money than damn T.I. But two wrongs don't make a right. At the end of the day, all I'm saying is I hope that she gonna get out of this and find her way. You got Escape coming back. That was your thing because you was somebody before you met T.I. Girl, get back involved with your group. Find you somebody that's gonna love and respect you, and fuck these naysayers. Let T.I. have Bernice and Bernice have T.I. Just get your coins, bitch. That hoe gave you all the ammo you need to walk out that damn courtroom a happy woman. Okay? And fuck Bernice. Because you may be nice looking for a 36, 37-year-old woman, because that's what you say you is. But girl, what go around, come around. You gonna love somebody, and they gonna fuck you. And I ain't talking about in your puss to make you feel good. He gonna fuck up them feelings. Karma's a bitch. He has no respect to person. Just remember that. Sheree. Lord, Sheree. We feel going through it again, y'all. I got this from straight from the A that Sheree is having financial difficulties again. She owes contractors still, and they recommending she sell to pay off her debts. And that would be cool if she owned her home. That house ain't in her name, so you would have to go for her income herself. But they can't seem to find no bank accounts attached to Sheree's name. That's why they can't get their money, honey. She owes Craft, Mastercraft Stucco of Buford, $26,586.41, plus an additional $1,981.50 in interest and court costs. An attorney for the company said they attempted to garnish Sheree's wages, but her home is not in her name, so they haven't been able to find any bank accounts to which they could garnish from her. Okay, she owes the Heritage Landscaping Group of the Flowery Branch, $10,012.50 for unpaid landscaping work, and with helping her pass inspection for her certificate of occupancy that I don't think she got yet, but she might have. All the liens that Sheree got come up to $348,404.43. Sheree, you better find it and pay these people. And I don't think Real Housewives of Atlanta is giving you this kind of money, girl. You better find a way to make money independent of Real Housewives anyway, because this show ain't gonna last forever. And at the end of the day, all these other ladies got some source of income other than that coming in, except for you. That book is not going to put you where you think it's going to put you. You need to find out what your talent truly is. Whatever it is, bitch, you need to find something that you're talented in and that you're interested in while the money is still coming in, and get your ass involved in something that's going to grow in time. You need to have some type of income for yourself for when the day that Bravo and the Bravo powers that be over there say that they gonna turn them lights off for the last time, and it won't be no more damn Real Housewives of Atlanta. You ain't even got nothing to fall back on. You ain't got no cushion or nothing. And it's stupid because you're killing yourself to build this home that ain't nobody really gonna be there. Your son is already, you got your kids finna grow up and go to college like within the next year or so. So who gonna be in that house? And is it that important to look a certain way? You so busy trying to keep up with the Joneses that you is sitting here allowing yourself to get further in debt. And with that debt, people find out about it, they put it on the internet, and it causes you embarrassment. Live within your means. Ain't nothing wrong with it. I ain't gonna never be down here trying to live like nobody else that I see on down here on this YouTube or in my everyday life. I'm me. What I can afford is what I can afford. What I can do is what I can do. I ain't gonna laugh at you if you can't get what I got, but you're welcome to laugh at me if you feel like I'm less than. Cause little do you know, we walk around, and child, I walked around a millionaire for 6 years before I found out the man was a millionaire. And you know what I thought? I thought he was just an old dusty white country boy. Child, when they told me about who he really was, and then he invited all us down to the trail ride at his house, and I went down there and I seen that big ass ranch that he lives on. People with money that's securing it, they ain't got to fund it all the time. You ain't secure as a woman, and you ain't secure with your coins because you always trying to prove a point. Fuck that girl. I ain't got time for that. I just think that that's sad that she's sitting up there going through all that. Now yesterday, as I was getting my notes together for this video, I was watching down there to the CNN channel, and it said that there was an explosion on the I-85 in Atlanta, causing a part of that highway to collapse. My heart and my thoughts and my prayers immediately went out to anybody affected by that. And I certainly hope that your state and local officials work very hard to get that interstate back repaired. And I hope that nobody get hurt. I haven't heard, by the time I got ready to record this, I hadn't heard anything, so I don't know. But my heart and my thoughts and prayers are with the people of Atlanta. And thank you to all of my love things that follow me down there on the Book of Faces for at least stopping in and saying, putting up posts letting us know you was okay. Because I was worried about Sean. I was worried about Sean. She knows she is. I was worried about a couple of more of my love things that's down there in the ATL, and I'm glad when I went on Facebook, you guys were posting, letting people know that you're okay. Y'all need to fix this shit. Who Department of Transportation and Safety, child, that wasn't supposed to happen. Shit, but that just go to show you, anything man-made can come apart, honey. Whew, that just scared me. It shit looked like a fucking horror movie or some shit. But anyway, thoughts and prayers to the people affected by this, and I hope that they get that fixed ASAP. The last story that I want to talk about is Karen Parsons, formerly known as Hillary Banks of the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, had a fundraising event. Well, everybody from the original cast, with the exception of Amy Viv, they brought the Daphne Reed, the Viv #2, into play. All of them took a picture at that event, and Alfonso Carlton Banks, he was sitting up there saying that how nice it was to be reunited with the original cast. And I knew when I saw that on Twitter, I said it ain't gonna be long for Amy Viv, the dark skinned one, gonna go crazy. And I was right. She went off on Facebook. Said she ain't got no, and I learned something new. I ain't know that I didn't know that she had issues with all the castmates. I thought it was just with Will. But she goes into her rant about how she ain't got no interest in hanging with none of them, no time, no place, nowhere. Uh, she called Carlton Alfonso a ass wipe and said he keep his nose up in Will Smith's ass. The Fresh Prince of Bel-Air been off the air almost, what, 15, 20 years? Ain't really become a time when you got to let this shit go. I know you may have felt like you was wrong, but they said they let your ass go because you was fucking difficult to work with. And considering how every time I see you and how you act, I can tend to believe it. All I have to say about that is, girl, stop being angry over something you can't change. It's over, it's said and done, and you have said so much that none of them want to deal with you anymore. But to continue to keep this up every time they make a post or something in reference to the original Fresh Prince of Bel-Air cast is ridiculous, and it's a bad look on you. And I don't know why you want to put this book out, but you say before you die, you plan on pitching your book called something. Profession is not a sitcom mom. Girl, why the hell do you even want to bother with that? But you do what you gotta do, Miss Hubert. You do what you got to do. But I think it's a pretty sad look on a woman of your age to be still around here so salty about a situation that has long since happened and the show ain't even on no more. Child, grow up, girl. It's not cute at all. That's all I feel like talking about on this edition of Fuck Shit Friday. I will be back with a tag entitled The Positive Tag. I was tagged in it by Beautiful Soul. I'm going to come in. It's 5-question little tag. And we're going to talk shit and swallow spit on that for a minute. In the meantime, in between time, please remember to like this video, comment down below, share it on your social media sites, and always remember the depth of your struggle will determine the height of your success. I'll see you all back later. Peace.